I'm Molly. Today, we have a very special guest tonight who flew all the way from the UK to Shanghai. I guess a lot of you know who she is. Would you please introduce yourself a little bit to the camera?
Hi, I'm Mia. I'm from England and I've been masking for about 5 years now. I post to YouTube, Instagram and Twitter pretty much like every other day, so I'm always uploading videos.
So make sure you follow her if you haven't, okay? Now, I invited you a couple of weeks ago to the Comedy Molly meetup too, which is happening this Saturday, this weekend. And before that, I think it's better we have a conversation about all kinds of masking related topics and fetish related topics, if you will. Mm-hmm. So for the first time, two Molly 2 maskers in front of the camera. I'm not sure how interested that would be to you guys. So today we're going to talk through all the topics you might be interested in. Okay, so join this topic with us. Now, among all the masks you have, now apparently you're wearing a Molly 2, and we look different in the camera.
Yeah.
I want to know what makes you interested in buying or making a decision of getting a Molly 2 from Molly FX.
I guess it was a lot to do with the realism of the mask and the way it sort of looked. It's unique because you don't really see a lot of like Europeans wearing the mask. It's really only me, so I just thought I'd take the leap and buy the mask, and I think it ended up looking pretty good, so I'm happy with my purchase.
A couple of months ago, I saw you uploaded a YouTube video. It was a comparison, like a head-to-head comparison, Molly 2 against the Taylor. It was very, very interesting and inspiring. I want to know how you really think of, let's say, Taylor against the Molly 2 in terms of quality, being realistic, especially when Taylor has been there for, let's say, over a decade, and Molly 2 is kind of new. What do you think of them?
So if I had to compare the two side by side, I'd say the quality is quite equal. They've both got a lot of in detailing, and the makeup on this one particularly is really good. It's good for these kind of dress-up outfits where you can just show off a little bit more. And yeah, the main difference I would say is the KRFX masks are a little bit softer.
Softer?
Yes.
For sure.
So just like to the touch, and it just makes sure that some things come through more.
So you still have the Taylor I'm wearing right now, right?
Yeah, I wear both masks about equally at the minute. It depends on what mood I'm in and sort of what the outfit is as well. Because I like to be able to pair what mask I wear with exactly what's going on.
Okay, so how many Taylors have you got over the years, if I may ask?
I'm on about the third one at the minute.
Third one?
Yeah, each one lasts me about a year and a half because I wear a mask maybe once every week or so. So it's really frequent.
So when did you get your first Taylor?
It was around 2021.
3 years ago?
Roughly, yeah.
Were you comparing other masks from other mask manufacturers when you're making a decision of buying a Taylor?
I don't think so. The Taylor has always been like the one that everyone sort of goes for. It's like the basic KRFX mask, if you will. It's the one that fits everyone just naturally the best. It seems to be the one mask that fits everyone really well, so it was one I was definitely interested in trying myself.
Yeah, because I'm a follower of your Instagram account, so before you have this Molly 2 mask, most of the posts are about Taylor masking, right?
Yeah.
So I can see you love Taylor a lot, but there are so many different types, so many different masks from KRFX, so you definitely have tried other masks too, right?
Yes, my first mask was actually from Real Flesh. It was a Playmate. So,
Real Flesh?
Yeah.
So when did you buy it?
That was about 5 years ago now, I think it was.
Oh, okay. Keep going.
And that one was quite stiff and it didn't fit me too well, but with it being my first mask, it was enough to show me the introduction and to make me fall in love with masking in general.
Do you still have it?
No, I don't.
You sold it?
Yeah.
So compared to Taylor, or to compare with Molly 2, what do you think of Real Flesh masks?
I think there's a certain audience for them, but it just isn't for me. They seem to fit bigger head sizes, and because I've got a sort of average to smaller size head, it didn't fit me so well in the face.
Okay, so the biggest problem for you would be the fitting.
Yes.
Okay, so what about the details? What about the quality and other design-related issues?
I don't really remember too much because it was quite a long time ago now, so the specifics are sort of a little bit fuzzy. But overall, I remember it being a good starter mask for the money that I spent on it.
Okay, interesting. So how did you get to know Molly 2? Do you know that before Molly 2, we have Molly S, we have Molly, which we introduced like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So, have you ever learned any information about Molly S and Molly? And why did you choose to buy Molly 2 instead of, let's say, Molly S?
I think it was mainly through seeing your content and sort of seeing the studio that we're in now being used to showcase these different masks. And it's always kind of intriguing to see if a mask would fit my sort of style and vibe. So it was a lot to do with the look of Molly 2. It's not similar to Taylor, but it kind of has some elements of Taylor in it, and it has a very similar fit as well.
So, do you think Molly 2 would be a good fit for Caucasian from Europe?
I think so. Generally, it's a good fit overall, and not many people have it. So if you really want that unique look, it's definitely one to consider.
So, we're looking to develop more and more, introduce more and more collections to the Molly FX series. So, we are trying to make a new mask that's kind of designed for Caucasian, for European people, especially. So, we kind of need some suggestions or tips from who actually is Caucasian from Europe. So, what would the tips or suggestion be if we are working on a Molly 3 mask?
I would say that.
Just be real, yeah.
I would say that the jawline is generally a big thing to consider because some people have quite contoured jaws.
Yep.
So maybe if it can be rounded out and sort of the face sort of generally softened. So just wear it.
So talking of jawline, on Molly 2 we have this jawline very emphasized, so it's very apparent to see. Now, if you're working on a Molly 3, do you think it should be less emphasized?
Perhaps, maybe a nice medium of not being too rounded, but also just a little bit sculpted, just so there's a little bit there.
So, have you ever met real female maskers in real life?
I have. I actually generally meet a few people each year.
Back in UK?
Yeah, mostly in the UK. Sometimes I'll go to other countries, but that's special occasions. Let's say it's for people I've been taking to for a very long time.
Okay, so are you part of any masking communities?
Yeah, there's actually a big Discord server. There's about 500 people in it, and it's just for maskers. It's like a safe place where everyone can feel like they belong somewhere.
Okay, so do you hook up, let's say, activities or parties or meetups in the Discord server?
Yeah, there's a weekly camp party where everyone will just go on and have some fun, just basically chat about their week or just hang out, just something to take their mind off everyday life.
So how much time do you spend, let's say, on a regular meetup? Half a day? Chatting, hanging out?
Yeah, it would probably be around a full day, just taking pictures, hanging out, just, finding different activities to do. And
do you go to the pubs like we do, what Asians do a lot, go to the pubs in mask?
Oh no, there's nothing like that. It's mostly indoors. I'm very shy myself, so.
But do you enjoy outdoor moments in mask?
Yeah, definitely. It's something I do want to do more of in the future, but I just don't get the chance to very often.
What stops you?
I guess just having the time and the availability to do it. It's a lot of planning and sort of.
That makes me wonder, if you have plenty of time, let's say, okay, you got chances to go outdoors as you wish, where will be the best places, the ideal locations to go to in mask?
I like the idea, especially this time of year, it's around Christmas, doing like a Christmas market or like a very outdoorsy kind of wintry snow shoot where there's very like a pretty background.
Sounds like you enjoy blending in with people.
Definitely.
We Asians, we maskers, when we hang out, we go to the pub, we go to the market, we go to where people are, where places are populated. We enjoy blending into the crowds. So that makes us confident. That makes us part of the crowds, So that's fun. Last birthday, I was having a little bit mask adventure, and I posted some threads. I posted some of my footages and pictures on my X account and Instagram account that recorded my adventure of being, from how am I gonna put it, from an office lady to a latex doll, and eventually blending myself into a public pub. That was quite a day. And I do think if you have the chance to blend in, don't lose it. it'll be very, very interesting, very, very unforgettable, I gotta say.
Sounds like you had an exciting day.
Yeah. In China, we don't have Discord apparently, but we have WeChat groups, we have QQ groups where we have hookup activities as well. So what we do is we find a place, let's say an indoor apartment, an indoor house, and we take pictures together, we chat just like you do on a regular basis. And sometimes we try on other masks or outfits. I don't know if that's a thing for you.
That would only be for close friends, I guess. You have to really trust someone to lend them this very expensive thing that you've worked hard to get. A mask is quite an investment, so you have to know the person and they're not going to break it or something like that.
So in UK, there are no original brands for selling masks.
No, only resellers.
Do you go to Germany, go to Berlin for fetish balls or any fetish activities in Europe?
It's not something that I've done now, but I do know of them.
So if there are chances of attending, let's say, a fetish ball in the UK, would you attend?
Maybe, but I think that would also depend on the people who were going, because it's always the people that make it. Doing something like that alone isn't as fun as doing it with a group of friends.
So you need a company to be with you.
Yeah.
So are you a fan of doll masks?
Not really. I enjoy the realistic side more often than not.
Okay.
I do follow a few doll maskers, but actually doing it myself is a different thing.
So you don't own any doll masks right now?
No, not at the minute, no. But I don't think I plan to either. It's not really something which I think I would enjoy.
So what is your favorite dressing style?
I think it has to be something a bit like what I'm in now. It has autumn and winter vibes where you can kind of dress it up a little bit, but also it's entirely comfortable and it's something that you could just wear all day, every day.
Does this apply to your guy form too?
I wouldn't say so. That's just as basic as it comes, just all black. Not really much thought goes into that. So I've always wanted to know a few things about you as an owner of In the Mask. What would an average day look like for you?
An average day for me, it would be like, because for most of the time I'll be like in a guy form. Because in front of the camera, obviously, I cross-dress. But as an owner of a studio, I don't really do cross-dressing a lot because I spend too much time dressing up, making up myself. And I know a lot of my fans keep asking me the same question over and over again. They're like, do you wear a mask every day? Do you cross-dress every day? Do you show up in the lady form in front of your colleagues in your office? The answer is no, okay? I don't cross-dress when I work. An average day would be like, just like normal people going to the office. I'll be like, having meetings in the morning, doing all kinds of work in the afternoon. And I would say I cross-dress like once or twice a month. It's not that frequent. So it can be surprising to most of the fans to know. They probably think I cross-dress every day.
That's a lot less than I would have expected. And I want to know also, how do you think of the new ideas for a mask or a breastplate? How do you decide what comes next?
I actually don't make decisions now, surprisingly, because back in the day, when we came up with Molly, we don't really have too many products in this collection. So we collect ideas from our customers, from our fans. We ask them the same question. What do you think you want to have the most that is not out on the market? They give us ideas and tips and they help us a lot. But now we have a full collection.
Yeah.
Sometimes we think we need to make improvements of the same product. Let's say we want to do some improvements for Molly 2. We just do it. Maybe after improvements, rounds and rounds, it becomes a new product because too many improvements are made, right? So we don't really decide what to do. We keep making improvements and suggestions keep coming in. So we learn, we move on.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
Yeah.
It's good to know that the customers do have some sort of say what you'll do next.
They keep giving us feedback, sometimes positive reviews, sometimes negative. Both are welcomed. I mean, when we have positive reviews, we're very, very happy because what we do are accepted. But when negative reviews come, we're not afraid because there will be drawbacks, there will be defectives that we can work on to further improve the product, which is a good thing too. So I'd love to hear what people say about our products.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
And we're in this amazing studio. And
Thank you.
before I came here, I kind of thought it was just for you. But I learned that you could actually rent it out yourself.
How can it be just for me when it's so big? I can't live in this place so big alone. Actually, we started small. 10 years ago, it was just me, obviously. And as I move along, we kind of turned the studio from a photography studio, because 10 years ago, the only business we had is photography for processors. And we moved from, we kind of transformed from a photography studio into a factory. Now we produce masks, we produce products, we kind of turn ourselves into a complex. So, yeah, all the way through, we're happy to see we have so many followers, we have so many loyal customers who always love our products. And yeah, it's really amazing. I never thought one day I can have a friend that I've never seen before in my life that flew all the way from UK to see me to have this interview face to face wearing my product. That is so amazing, so amazing.
Yeah, I can only imagine it's a great feeling.
Yeah, thank you for coming anyway.
No problem.
So, when did you follow my account? And which social media you follow me first?
So I found you first through Instagram. I believe it was around a year or so ago at this point, maybe longer ago.
There are no Luke contents on Instagram, so what attracted you?
I think it was to do with one of the masks that you were promoting at the time. You'd done this really big, grand outdoor shoot, and it just looked so good. And then I looked through the rest of your posts, and it's sort of similar studio quality for all of them. And there aren't many people who can do that in the scene, so
Thank you.
that's one of the main reasons.
That makes me wonder, what fascinates you in regards to female masking? What's your fascination about it?
I'd say I like cross-dressing a lot, and when I found masking, it was an easy way to fully transform and have nobody know who's underneath. It's just one quick, easy way to just slip it on, and some of the makeup's done, and you can just go on your way and have fun with nobody knowing who you are.
Does it have anything to do with fetish? Because disguising itself can be a fetish.
I think there's a little bit there, but mostly I like the results and seeing in the mirror just that complete transformation and being able to put different outfits together. Because girl outfits are just so much better than guy outfits. There's just so many more options.
Yeah, all right. So have you ever tried doing your makeup without a mask?
No, I haven't. My makeup skills aren't really something which is very good. They're basic at the best of times. So I think, yeah, it's something that maybe I'd like to try in the future, but it's a lot of time to invest into learning makeup.
So are you constantly on the prowl for a new mask?
I think so. If there's something which comes up and I like the look of, it will be something which I follow closely. It depends on who buys it as well. Because if I see my friends and other people wearing the mask, that'll make me want it more as well, because I know it's going to look good on so many different people.
Yeah. So what type of silicone mask do you fancy the most? Let's say there are breast attached masks, there are necklace masks, there are bodysuits with a mask attached to it. So is there a favorite type of yours?
I think it would just have to be a regular mask with a neck that comes down to about here, so it can be tucked into the breastplate. Mm-hmm. It just means that it's nice and easy and you don't get any gap between the mask and the breastplate.
So why not just choose a breast attached mask?
I think it limits your options, because say you get too hot or something, you could just easily take something off without having to take everything off. And say you wanted to move breast size up or down, you can't really do that with one mask. You're sort of locked into one way of doing things.
Okay, I get it. So I do enjoy a lot of your contents on Instagram and Twitter, but I can see most of the contents you do it indoor, right? You pose mostly the same. Are you looking to change in the future, or do you really enjoy that posing? I don't know. Could be a hard question for you.
Well, I think the posing is you always kind of have some default ones you go to. You know, there's always 3 or 4 of the same ones. I do try to mix it up. I'm always looking for different poses and inspiration. It's just sometimes I kind of, I do 2 outfits in a shoot, and I do new poses for one, and then I sort of forget some, and I do, the same ones for another one. So that's, I think, why sometimes posing can be a little bit the same. And to do with the background and location, I mean, it's just currently my bedroom, and it's kind of where I'm limited to for now. Of course, I'd love to be able to go outside more and do more photography kind of style.
I
but-
really, really, really look forward to your outdoor photography. Really, I do.
Yeah, I definitely need someone to help me with that though, and that's, you know, the difficult part, finding someone who both
Yeah,
knows
we
about
should be your
this.
cameraman.
Yeah, someone who knows about this and accepts me. So maybe that's another master or a very close friend who
Yeah.
can help out with something like that.
Yeah. So you still keep a secret from your parents, right?
No, they know about it.
Oh, they do.
Yeah, they know.
So can I ask how they think of this?
They reacted in a way which I didn't really get much like. They were supportive, but they just sort of let me be who I wanted to be. They just sort of went, if this is what you want to do, you go ahead and do it. And they've been supportive ever since. And sometimes they'll ask me about how I'm doing, or they see I've got a new package come in and they'll ask me, you know, is it something for me?
But do you feel, I don't know, cringed or bad when they say this, or do you ever think of, okay, my parents are supportive, why just not let them take pictures for me?
They've only ever seen pictures of me dressed up. They've not actually seen me in person dressed up. And I think that's probably something that I don't want to do for now. I just kind of want to keep it separate where I can.
Okay, sure, I get it.
And something I want to know about you is, what are your future goals and ambitions, both in masking and for In the Mask?
Well, that's a question way too big. For now, I'm not really sure what the goal is, but we keep making new stuff. We keep introducing new collections of, no matter if it's a mask or a breastplate or a bodysuit, because we now have so many collections, and we'll keep making improvements for each of the collection. And last year we introduced a new brand which is called Black Hat Kig, which is a Kigurumi brand, and we'll definitely work on Kigurumi collection too. Hopefully you can be our Kigurumi customer too one day, and we'll keep making a realistic mask for sure. So maybe Mali 3, Mali 4, Linlong 2, Linlong 3 will come along too at some point. And we'll keep making dome masks for sure. And there are two types of dome masks. One is based upon 3D printing, which is kind of hard, made of resin. And one is traditional silicone dome mask, which is, it can be hard, it can be soft depending on the appearance. So for the goal to achieve next year, I would say fulfill all the orders piled up, especially from Mamitsu and Linlong. And we'll probably introduce the next generation of Mali 2 next year. So stay tuned, okay?
So pretty exciting stuff.
Yeah. Okay, now we've gone through a lot of topics, we've gone through a lot of questions, and hopefully you enjoyed the conversation with Mia. Make sure you follow her Instagram account and Twitter account, subscribe to her YouTube channel, okay? So, thank you. That's all for today. Thank you for coming all the way.
No, thank you for having me.
So, why don't we take a picture together in front of the camera?
That's a good idea.
Sure.